So we have to do a little bit better of a job ult tracking. We know this Sombra possibly has EMP. Link, we need to start playing line of sights. We need, like, back here is going to be huge for you if we know that their Sombra has EMP. First, she has to get through all of your team to try to find you. And sure, if she hacks you back here, you have a lot of cover you can dance around. Lucio is huge on this map. I don't want you to get carried away with it. But wall riding up here to try to heal your team along this wall here, or ducking into here and being a little pest on these walls if you're getting chased, it's huge for you, and that's how I would want you to use your movement. I don't want to use you to use your movement to get to aggressive positions, especially on Temple Anubis. Second point, I just want you to like use it to stay alive, use it to stay around your team. It's not to be aggressive, it's to be defensive. And then if we know we have EMP or they have EMP, we're sitting back of sight, hiding from the line of sight, so that when our team fully gets EMP'd, I have a beat drop I can place on this whole team, and this fight goes a lot differently. They use bomb, they use EMP to combo. Our team stays alive for a little while. Haley dies. Haley, I'll work on that with Haley, but she needs to work a little bit on not moving as much once she pops, or once they pop that ball. And I also want to see if she has shift. She does. Oh, we got hacked. Yeah, I know. Unlucky for her. But Link, you know what I mean? If we're back, sure, you can be behind this corner, and you were behind this corner after you got hacked. But imagine if you were there, or if you were back here, your beat drop could have saved a lot of teammates there. Potential for improvements in the future. Didn't happen this time around. Not a big deal. And Link, we also have to know that if we use beat, obviously we want more teammates. I know you wanted to use beat during the EMP, but we couldn't use it. So I would honestly say, like, in this situation, after they use EMP, after we lose a couple teammates, while hack is still occurring, I would say hack's still up. Okay. So that beat there, I would have obviously liked for you to save it, but then if you aren't going to save it and you're going to save it and you're going to use it to try to save your Reinhardt, we got to make sure that we're keeping it in line of sight of our Reinhardt. I think that's why you used it. Watching from your perspective, go back another 5 seconds, slow it down to half. The hack goes away, and you're like, man, I got EMP'd. I couldn't use beat to save my team. That's fine. We'll use it on the contest after we all spawn back up. But then you see your Reinhardt's low. You're like, oh, maybe I can save him. But when you try to use beat and you push forward, Zach completely loses that line of sight of you, and Zach gets no heal from that. So try to think where you're using beat drop, and making sure that if you are trying to save a teammate, that teammate stays in the line of sight of you. And then also, when you do use beat, sure you're the last one up, so this won't happen too often, but beat sometimes feels like you're invincible, sometimes like you're invulnerable. But when you use beat, you have 600 health, not 3 million, and then you go and take a Bob 1v1, and then you also jump right into mines pretty much. So if you are going to use beat here, use it to contest. Like, sure, you were trying to save teammates. Man, I didn't save teammates. What can I do to keep the fight alive, to somehow let my team get back in time? And it start jumping around. It's like, hop on this wall, hop over here. Obviously try to stay out of sight of Ash, so maybe like hug this corner, jump in and out, like just dipping and diving out of lines of sights and staying alive. So that's like, I would stay high ground, like try to just wall right up top, jump through here if you have to avoid the Ash, come back out to make sure that your team doesn't get, or their team doesn't get a tick on us, because you used beat. We can't take it back. So we got to figure out a better way to use it than just diving straight at a Bob that has 3 billion health and will just mow you down even if you have 600. So like I would say hide here. The only person on this side is Ball and Hammond, or Ball and Sombra. I'm sure they'll do some damage, but not as much as Bob, not as much as all 6 of their team. If you're standing right where I'm standing right now, you only have 2 players dealing damage. So you used beat, you wanted to save Ryan, couldn't save Ryan. What can you do from saving the point from getting captured as fast? Stalling with the leftover beat that you have. Don't dive into 6. Stay around some cover or start jumping and make yourself elusive, but also staying away from high damage players. Sombra, low damage player. Hammond, medium damage player. But you can definitely evade those 2 better back here in this corner than you can 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 potential targets shooting at you if you are this close where you actually ended up going. Okay, so you use beat. I'm not mad at all that you use beat. Obviously, we want to try to save it, but I want you to, when you use beat, try to think of a way where you can make an effective play and not just dive a Bob that you also pushed into Tyler. It's okay, not mad at all. We'll get better at that. That'll just come with time. Keep playing. Play when you're free. I know you're really busy, but play when you're free. That experience just comes with time.